let me ask you, this is what I have. Chunky old 5.
Right.
You have in front of you the 6S and the 6S Awesome. Is there any reason for me to get the 6S Awesome, or can I just get the 6S?
The 6S, well, 6S or 6X Awesome. You're talking about the Plus, I presume.
The Plus, excuse me.
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
I decided to call it the 6S Awesome.
I've been using the regular size phone for many years, but I got to tell you, I switched to the Plus, and it makes a huge difference. It's much easier. It sort of acts like almost like your iPad. You don't actually have to carry both. You can really read the news. You can go in, look at web pages. It really makes a difference, and the size is not that much bigger.
Okay, so what's the selling point for consumers then?
Well, the selling point for consumers, first of all, the selling point is, we're talking about the larger phone, or you're talking about the new S version, because the S version actually has a lot more than the typical S. It's much faster. The touch finger recognition works much better. It has this new feature with Siri, where you just say, "Hey Siri," and it will react to you without having to push any buttons or anything else. So it's really quite a nice.
Can you hold them up? Because you have them both.
So this is, they look identical. I mean, this is the new one.
Yeah.
And this is, I'm going to put them both on. And this is the new one, and this is the original Plus. But this one, so hardware-wise, they're identical. But what's behind the scenes on this thing is much nicer. For example, it's got the 3D touch on it. So if I'm looking at an email, I can touch the email. It goes right into the email, and I have to go and open it up. It has the Siri. We don't have to actually push the button for Siri. Just talk to it. The fingerprint works much better, much faster. Overall, the phone is much faster.
So Apple always plays a very coy game of expectations, right? They manage it so people are lined up outside. That's what the impression. What do we know about pre-orders? What hard data do we have about whether this thing is going to sell?
It's hard to say, because they didn't just start with a new phone as they normally do. They also changed the way they sell it. So this is an unlocked phone. So there's a big reason to go there now. So if you travel internationally, you really want the unlocked. So you don't actually have to make this on any carrier.
Why did they make that change?
Well, they wanted to get into the business of actually leasing the phone. And notice, interesting, Verizon and AT&T and Sprint all followed immediately. So they started saying, guess what? Instead of buying the phone, pay us $40-some a month, depending on the size of the phone, forever. And every year when the new phone comes out, we'll swap it out. Just give me the old one, we'll give you a new one. We'll just keep on paying us. They want to get into the leasing business.
Mark, it's just as good of a deal as when you lease a car.
Same idea. It's really what's happening here. And by the way, as soon as Apple started doing that, Verizon jumped on the bandwagon, T-Mobile jumped on the bandwagon, Sprint jumped on the bandwagon.